ever seen someone play guitar and think to yourself, man, that's really awesome. I wish I knew how to play guitar. Or they must practice a whole bunch. I don't have time to fit that in my schedule. Or even, man, that dude's hair looks really awesome. He should be a model. You might not have thought the last one, but a lot of people believe the first two, and that's why they don't play guitar. I've been playing guitar for just over 5 months now, and I'm no expert when it comes to it, but I've watched YouTube videos and self-taught myself enough, so I believe I know the basics of it. I believe that everyone, no matter who you are, has the ability and skill to learn guitar, whether it's super complex riffs or just simple chords. Guitar is a fun and awesome instrument to play. It takes practice, but it's much easier than people believe it to be. Today I'm going to show you a few different chords you can learn that many songs use. Now, to be able to play guitar, you have to actually understand how a guitar works. So your typical guitar has 6 strings. And they are E, A, D, G, B, and E. Now, some of you might not be musicians and you might be a little lost, but there's an easy way to remember it. It's Eddie, 8, dynamite. Goodbye, Eddie. Now, for Eddie, this isn't a very good way to remember because he dies, because he ate dynamite. But for us, it's really easy. And then there are these little bar things on the neck of the guitar, and they're called frets, and they help you determine where to put your fingers down. So at the top, we'll start with the first fret. You want to place your finger on the notes right behind the fret, as you can see. So if someone were to say play a B note on first fret, you'd simply place your finger on the B string and on the first fret right behind it, and then you can play that. Now that you know how frets and the different notes work, we can actually learn some of the chords. So I'm going to show you a few chords that hundreds of songs use throughout them. They're E minor, G, D, and A. I'm going to start out with E minor because, in my opinion, that's the easiest. So you're going to want to take your middle finger and place it on the A string, which is the second string, and the second fret. So right here. And then you're going to want to take your ring finger and place it on the D string, second fret as well. Simple enough. And then simply you strum down whether it's with a pick or just your finger. The next chord is the G chord, and this one's a little more difficult because people have trouble figuring out where each string is. But there's many different variations to play the G chord, but I'm just gonna show you my favorite one. You're gonna want to take your middle finger and place it on the first string, or the E string, and the third fret. Then you want to take your pointer finger, place it on the A string and second fret, and then take your ring finger and place it on the other E string on the third fret as well. And you want to make sure you're holding them down tightly enough so it's not muted like this, because it can kind of sound like that if it's muted. But then you hold them down and play it. The next chord is the D chord. Now, this one's a little tricky because you actually don't play all of the notes in them. First, you want to take your middle finger and place it on the small E string and the second fret. And then you're going to join it with your pointer finger on the G string, second fret, and your ring finger on the B string, third fret. Now, you can either just skip the first 2 strings and play like that, or you can simply place your thumb over the first 2 so it kind of mutes them. And the last chord is the A chord. Now, this one's pretty easy. You simply place your 3 fingers on the D, G, and B string, second fret. Now, it might be a little crowded in there, but then you simply mute the first 2 as well and strum down. Now all that's left for you is to continually practice between going each chords until you can finally play simple songs like Wonderwall. Guitars are easy, fun, and awesome to play, as you can see. They take a little bit of practice, but they're far easier than people make them out to be. I first showed you the different strings and frets and how they work. And then next, I showed you how to play the chords themselves. And finally, we just went through the different variations of them. Now, I know that practicing doesn't sound like much fun, but even if you put a little bit of effort in it, you can play some fun, popular, and extremely simple songs.